Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jawad from Total Health and Wellness Center. What I want to go over today, I want to show you a video and I want to explain there's a big connection between the adrenal glands and the thyroid. Now the thyroid gland is a very, very powerful gland, and how I explain the connection between the two is that your adrenal gland, that's the battery backup. Now the adrenal gland sits on top of the kidneys while your thyroid is roughly in the middle of your throat. Okay, so if you don't know where it's at. So I explained to you there's a big connection between the two. Now the adrenals and the thyroid. So if you support your adrenal glands, you'll be supporting your thyroid gland. Now a lot of people who suffer from either hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, or Hashimoto's, you need to understand that there is a gland that helps with your thyroid, and that's the adrenals. So this I want to go over about. So what do you do if you have thyroid problems? What I see in my office a lot is people, again, males or females, mostly females, because the thyroid issues affects mostly females. So if they suffer from symptoms like hair loss, brain fog, depression and or anxiety, fatigue, and in particular weight gain. A lot of females, if you have unexplained weight gain, always want to look at your thyroid gland. If it's not your thyroid because you're taking thyroid medication, okay, and that's not working, you always have to look at the adrenal glands because, again, that's the battery backup. So yes, there is a connection between the thyroid gland and your adrenals, a huge connection. That's what I want to talk to you about today. So the connection. Most people who suffer with thyroid problems continue to suffer and experience these symptoms despite taking their thyroid hormones. Now, I work with a lot of females who are on Synthroid, who are on levothyroxine. They're taking their thyroid medication, but it's not working. Actually, it's almost having a counter effect. And again, what they fail to see that there is a connection that the adrenal glands is being affected. So the goal of this video is to explain one of the overlooked parts of your body that is essential for healthy thyroid function. Remember, the adrenal glands, that's your battery backup. So you may have heard terms like adrenal fatigue, adrenal insufficiency, and adrenal exhaustion. These are all synonymous. So there's not one, basically they're overlapping terms. So if you heard this, don't be confused because it's all synonymous, meaning that they all mean the same thing. And most of the time I'm gonna be referring to as adrenal fatigue. So what to do? What to do about it? So no matter what you call it, if you suffer a thyroid disease and you're not improving your health, then you must have your adrenal glands evaluated. So I'm going to go through a series of steps to explain and help you what to do if you're experiencing these symptoms. First and foremost, you have to stop taking the adrenal stimulators. And what are those adrenal stimulators? These are things like coffee. Now, if you can't not get out of the bed first thing in the morning without your cup of coffee, then you're experiencing adrenal fatigue. Soda, these are the soda drinkers. And I'm not talking about the one soda per day, I'm talking about these are the people who are drinking about 5 or 6 sodas a day. Energy drinks, particularly Monster drinks and Red Bull. If you have to drink these on a daily basis to stay awake, you are suffering from adrenal fatigue. In addition to, number 2, concentrated sugars. These, again, the adrenals are dependent on healthy sugar. So these are your concentrated sugars like fructose. Now fructose, yes, it's found in fruit, so it's considered a healthy sugar. However, people are taking in too much fruit. With the food pyramid, it states that you should be taking in about 5 or 6 servings of fruit a day. It should actually be about 1 or 2 because remember, fruit is nature's candy. Sucrose and also too high fructose corn syrup and or what this is called now is basically corn syrup. They're trying to trick the label. They're trying to trick you with the labels, so you have a different understanding. But basically, again, it's high fructose corn syrup, and that's the artificial sweetener. So you want to avoid, again, major adrenal stimulants like nicotine. Nicotine is a powerful stimulator anyways, okay? So the nicotine will cause adrenal fatigue as well as alcohol. So you want to get off those two. Now, a lot of times people don't understand step 4 is foods. Any food that you have an allergy to and also food sensitivity. Now, what does that mean? I went over a different video about symptoms of gluten intolerance. Now, if you're eating a piece of food and you experience sweating, if you're experiencing any type of GI distress, or if you've taken some food and you really need a nap afterwards, Again, these are your overstimulated adrenals. However, the food sensitivities, the main ones are dairy, wheat, corn, chocolate. This is your milk chocolate. This is not your dark chocolate. Gluten and shellfish. Okay, those are the most common foods that people have a food sensitivity to, which again, a food sensitivity that stimulates the immune system over time will bring down the function of your adrenals. What happens, it causes the release of histamines and inflammatory chemicals. These in turn stimulate the adrenals, and what happens, you get locked in a fight or flight response, and that will affect your thyroid. So other foods you want to avoid are partially hydrogenated fats. So what you have to start doing, you have to start reading the labels on these bottles. And these are, again, partially hydrogenated. These are your trans fats. Now, trans fats, these are high in omega-6s, which omega-6 fatty acid, that will actually cause the body to be in a state of inflammation. The omega-3s, those are high in anti-inflammatory fatty acids, so that actually is better for your body. Now, these oils in particular are your cottonseed oil, your corn oil, your vegetable oil, and your canola oil. These, again, these will all cause inflammation to your body, and they're unhealthy fats. Also, too, number 5, artificial sweeteners. This is your Splenda, this is your aspartame, and this is your Sweeten Low. Now, these artificial sweeteners will make you fat by tricking your body into making you eat more, because what that does, that tricks your fullness factor. That means that you don't know how full you are because of how it affects the hypothalamus gland. Also, too, these artificial sweeteners are neurotoxic to your brain. They have a negative impact on your brain and cognitive function. Now, this is not going to happen overnight. This is going to happen over time. So if you're taking these chemicals here, not only are you causing you're feeding your brain neurotoxins, but also too that will cause adrenal insufficiency. Now, this is for the athletes. This is for particularly the marathon runners and the extreme athletes. These are the type of athletes who just don't take a day off. The problem is overtraining keeps your body locked in the fight or flight response. Fight or flight, again, that will overstimulate the adrenals, so in turn you get adrenal fatigue. So here's the thing. So if you're experiencing some of these symptoms I went over, and you're looking for something to do about it, if you think you have these symptoms and think you have adrenal fatigue, please contact our office and schedule with me a free consultation. We'll sit down one-on-one and I'll listen to your story, and I want to know what's going on with you, because again, if you are taking thyroid medication and it's not working, you may be looking in the wrong direction, because remember, the thyroid and the adrenal glands, they work hand in hand. You can find me at my website, www.totalhealthdupage.com, or give the office a call, 630-653-2225. Why wait? Make a call, have a free consultation, and I'll work with you to help you figure out to get you into better health. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.